Good morning, countrymen and women. My name is Sakwiba Sikota. I am the national chairperson for the Tonse Pamozi Woza Alliance, which is headed by President Brian Munduvile as our presidential candidate, and the running mate is Honorable Makebi Zulu. I wish to address you today because of the very concerning things that we have seen happening during this campaign. We have seen the police coming onto the stage of our campaign rallies, trying to stop the campaign rallies from going ahead. We have seen the police stopping our presidential candidate and our vice presidential candidate from getting to the scene of the campaigns. We have seen UPND thugs stoning vehicles which are going towards our rallies, stoning and damaging them greatly, sometimes in the presence of police, and the police are not doing anything at all. They're just watching and standing by. No arrests have been made of these cadres, and one wonders whether these are the police who were secretly being recruited, the 5,000 secret recruitment, which the government said it was not going to go ahead with. We do not know whether indeed they did not go ahead with this or whether these are the 5,000 that they were recruiting. Clearly, these are not people who are there in order to protect the Zambian citizens, but they are there to protect the UPND and to do the UPND bidding. It is like they are cadres in police uniform. This must really be brought to an end. President Hakainde has been going around and claiming that this is the most peaceful election that he has seen. I think that everybody can clearly see that from day one, from the time of filing of nominations, there has been massive amounts of violence put against those who are in opposition to the UPND. It is not only the opposition parties who have faced this violence, but even people who were within UPND for merely deciding that they were going to stand as independents. I think that the case which comes to mind for everybody and was clearly documented and videos circulated is that of Honorable Gary Nkombo. When going to file his nomination papers, he was accosted by UPND cadres in full view again of the police. The police, instead of arresting the person who was doing this, were begging him to say, please, please stop. You do not beg a criminal to stop what they're doing. You arrest them. If they resist, you use reasonable force. But the police instead were begging. And the person who was in fact doing more than the police and what the police should have been doing is Honorable Gary Kombo's wife. She showed extreme bravery. Now, that in itself is a very bad situation where you have a cadre doing that. But what makes it worse is that this particular cadre, Biden Halova, is from State House. He is an aide of President Hakainde. And after that incident happened, there was, for mere public relations sake, an arrest made, but he was immediately released. And since then, he has not appeared in court. There's no court date which has been set. And he's a free man. He is so free that just a few days after that incident, and he had been identified, he was seen at the side of President Hakainde during the campaigns. If President Hakainde truly believed that there should be no violence, he should never have rubbed shoulders with Biden Halova after that. Biden Halova should have been suspended from his job. But because he approves of what Biden Halova did, he sees nothing wrong with appearing with Biden Halova after such an incident. The Biden Halova incident is just an example. There are many others who have been beaten, who have been restrained from filing, who have been restrained from campaigning. And it goes much further than that. The police are certainly an arm of the UPND in this. We had a road show in Lusaka, in the Kalingalinga area. I myself was there. I was tear gassed. All of us were tear gassed. And for no reason at all. We were not causing any problems. We were merely having a road show, a very peaceful one, until the police came. The police came and they even shot a poor 10-year-old girl. A 10-year-old girl who was merely standing by, who probably has even got no political acumen or knowledge, and was merely looking and seeing these happy people. And the day was turned into a sad day for her and her family. And many others were tear gassed, like I said. Up to now, those policemen who shot that little girl have not been disciplined in any form or in any fashion. One would have expected that the police would have put out a statement saying Officer such and such who shot thing has been suspended pending investigations, and a few days later investigations have shown such and such, but nothing at all. It is as if no, that is just something which they accept as being normal. It is highly abnormal that a 10-year-old girl gets shot in the leg. Highly abnormal. Now, on the Copper Belt, we want to ask the police, why are they attempting to stop the rallies of the NRPUP? They apparently were saying that they did not see a police permit. First of all, there's no such thing as a police permit. It's merely a notification. And that is the Public Order Act applies during the time when you do not have elections. Right now we have elections, so we follow the program which has been set by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. And that is what we've been following. And there is no reason at all to come and try to disrupt the rallies. And I think that the police should also be sensitive and see what happened in both Ndola and in Luansha, that they are likely to spark a very dangerous situation. The levels of tension they are creating by coming to a peaceful gathering of people who want to hear their leaders. It is sad. They come because President Mundubile has got a message which he gives to the people. And he does not go into character assassination and so forth. He merely addresses issues that need to be addressed for the betterment of the Zambian people. This is in total contrast with what President Hakainde was doing in his Mazabuka address. He then just focused on attacking Honorable Garin Kombo, attacking other people from within his own party, and then also character assassination of people in the opposition. That is what his campaign is all about. His campaign is not about development and hope. His campaign is about character assassination and fear mongering. When he goes to Southern Province, when he goes to Western Province, when he goes to Northwestern Province, he puts out the lie that when people from there come to Lusaka, they get beaten for coming from those other areas. That is the entire president's campaign of fear, character assassination, and once in a while, when he wants to perhaps impress people, twerking. That is the presidential campaign of Mr. Hakainde. We ask him to become presidential and do better. As for what he threatened to Garin Kombo, he threatened Garin Kombo that he was going to finish him off, that he was nothing, and his political career would be finished. I want to tell Garin Kombo that he should not worry. This statement by Mr. Hakainde takes me back 20 years to 2006. In 2006, Hakainde went round in Southern Province saying that he was going to finish the political career of Sakwiba Sikota and that Sakwiba Sikota would not win Livingstone. In fact, he made the most visits to any town apart from Ndola and Lusaka was Livingstone, because he said he was going to finish off Sakwiba Sikota. Of course, he failed. I won the seat handsomely. So, Gary, don't be perturbed. If I did it, you can also do it. And the Zambian people are going to teach Hakainde a lesson.